On. Jefferson County Court, Law number 2, it's now in session. Court is in session. This trial doc, first case is cause number M327650. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Nathaniel Jones Darbone. Mr. Darbone is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Darbone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Darbone, you're represented in your case by your attorney John Macy. Attorney Macy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor. Thanks for asking.
And Mr. Darbone, how are you doing? Your mic is on mute.
I'm doing fine.
Okay, Mr. Darbone, and the state is
I don't know why it's doing that.
And the state is represented in this case by Attorney Kobe Hopar. Attorney Hopar, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Macy, what is your announcement in Mr. Darbone's case?
Your Honor, we initially thought that the state was going to dismiss the case, but they told me that they weren't going to dismiss it. And in the process of that, we discovered that there's some discovery that they have that I haven't received. And so I'd asked for you to put it off long enough for them to give me that discovery. We didn't realize, I don't think you even knew about it until the other day. Is that right?
Yeah, no. 2 weeks ago, I spoke to Pam in our office who had the felony that was accompanying this. And that case ended up going away. However, the defendant pled true to this allegation. And we have that in a MTRP up there, in the felony. So we're trying to get that to counsel to show.
And I haven't seen any of that. I don't know.
The
I don't know
documentation.
why his counsel would have him do that. But anyway, I'd like to see that.
I was shown that. I was shown that, and I'll get print out to counsel about it.
I just
but
haven't seen it.
It's been, the defendant has pled true to this allegation in an MTRP on the record in felony court. So that we're going to show that to him and give him an offer.
Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset to June 19th. With Mr. Darbone, you need to stay in contact with your attorney. Your case is reset to June 19th. I think his screen is frozen. Mr. Darbone, can you hear me? No, his screen is frozen.
Yes,
So
sir.
this case will be reset to June 19, 2023 at 9 a.m. in this court. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will be given notice of your reset. At this time, Mr. Darbone, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. I can't get.
Okay.
Okay, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. This is cause number M330184, case of style of state of Texas versus Franklin Derek Golke. Mr. Golke, is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Golke? Oh, okay. We hope that you able to get over that pain. Now, Mr. Golke, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney James Macon. Attorney Macon, how are you doing?
I'm doing good this morning, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, state is represented in this case by Attorney Lamar Johnson. Attorney Johnson, how are you doing?
I'm well, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Mr. Macon, what is your announcement in Mr. Golke's case?
Your Honor, Mr. Golke was in Veterans Court.
Oh, okay.
And because of many things that switched over, but he's seeing a psychologist at the VA Medical Center out of Houston. I have a letter from him here, and he's probably going to be there another 3.5 months. So I would ask that it just be reset till he finishes that that course over there.
Okay. We need prosecutor need to see it.
And I apologize, it's the only copy I have right now, but I'll go make copies and give it to you before I leave.
Okay, give us a reset. You said about 90 days?
At least 90 days, Your Honor.
August 14th.
Okay, this case will be reset to August 14th of 2023. Mr. Golke, stay in contact with your attorney. Well, your attorney is going to give you a copy of your reset. Once you get a copy of your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Mr. Macon, is this your only case today?
It is, Your Honor.
You'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
That's my approach.
Okay. Is that on Chance?
I got a list of things. It's a scheduling issue. That's what I'm not approaching.
Oh, okay. Need a bail, I mean, prosecutor.
Judge, I'm on the 10 o'clock trial docket in Orange County,
Okay,
and that's something I need to leave at 9:30. I've got 3 of my 4 people here.
okay,
and one
once
is
you,
home with the flu. But I also have to go do a sentencing in Judge West for the next 17 minutes as well.
okay,
So,
well, you can get your folks in here now.
one of them wants to do a plea, but I don't have it worked out. How long are y'all going to be going this evening? If I don't
We got a big docket, we might be here for a while. Yeah,
Can I get 2 of my people reset and one of my?
well, just have them to come on in.
If you want me to
Mr.
just get them all?
Yeah,
Okay. And then Judge, one of my clients, Joshua Farrow, was home with the flu. We're working on getting you a doctor's note.
okay, I mean, can get him on Zoom, on the telephone?
Well, haven't yet.
Okay,
Uh,
who is this?
This is Brian Chance.
Okay, Mr. Chance, okay. This is cause number M326384, case of style of state of Texas versus Brian Edwin Chance. Mr. Chance, how are you doing?
Good, John. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Chance. You're represented by your attorney Ryan Gerson. Mr. Gerson, how are you doing?
Great, Judge.
And Mr. Gerson, what's your announcement in Mr. Chance's case?
Judge, I'd like a short resetting on this. I've got the trial docket in Orange County. I've set the trial in Orange County at 2
Okay.
o'clock this morning. So I'm asking for a short resetting, maybe 30 days or something like that.
Give us a,
It's gonna be-
Oh, well, he's asking for longer. I get 60 days. June 4th?
What?
well,
Yeah, that's great.
okay, this case will reset June 12th. Your attorney's gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. Next case is, you can have a seat. Next case is Taylor Morgan Howard Chuck. This is cause number M328663. Case of style of state of Texas versus Taylor Morgan Howard Chuck. That's your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Howard Chuck?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Howard Chuck, you're represented by attorney Ryan Gerson. Mr. Gerson, what is your announcement in Ms. Howard Chuck's case?
Judge, I've got the trial docket in Orange County at 10 o'clock, and I've got to run to that. I'd asked for a resetting for her. She's got a couple other cases. I think we're gonna end up doing a package deal on them anyway, but I don't have it done yet, so.
Give us a reset date. You want
That's fine.
June 12th, this case will be reset for June 12th. Ms. Hartchuck, your attorney get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go.
Okay, thank you.
Have a seat. Joshua Slade Winslow, cause number M329876. Mr. Winslow is your full name, Joshua Slade Winslow. How you doing, Mr. Winslow?
Good, Your Honor.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And Mr. Winslow, you're represented by Attorney Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, what's your announcement, Mr. Winslow?
Judge, if it's possible, Mr. Winslow's asked me to sort of speed up working out a deal for him, so I'm gonna work with the prosecutors on that. Can we maybe get a 1 week reset and get that done? Is that okay?
Yeah,
Is that
that's fine.
possible? And get a, I understand it's Mr. Johnson's case, we can get
Yeah, okay, give
a
us a,
fire sale offer from Mr. Johnson.
give us a reset date. In 1 week. Is
Yes,
that, okay?
That's right, Judge. I have to be in your court anyway that day.
May 1st, 2023, Mr. Winslow, your attorney gonna sign for your reset. Once you get reset, you'll be free to go. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's right. Just send it to you.
Okay.
And you're gonna try to get your other client on. Oh, he's not here. Woodrow Barlow? Yes. He's in Nathaniel Barlow? He's saying Nathaniel Barlow.
Oh, you said Nathaniel?
Yeah, it should be Woodrow. It's a Woodrow Barlow. You could just put it on, yeah. This is cause number M324325, case of style state of Texas versus Woodrow Barlow Jr. Mr. Barlow, is that your full name?
I do.
And how are you doing, Mr. Barlow? I'm doing fine. Mr. Barlow, you're represented in your case by Attorney Jared Gilthorpe. Attorney Gilthorpe, how are you doing?
Well, Judge, thank you.
Mr. Gilthorpe, what's your announcement in Mr. Barlow's case?
Judge, we're ready. Other than a scheduling conflict tomorrow afternoon, I'm available the rest of the week, but tomorrow afternoon I have a trial with the feds in Houston.
Okay, State, what's your
I'm
announcement?
ready.
But we're ready. other than
Okay,
that.
we'll just announce ready. We'll let you know. We don't know the trial order.
Okay.
Okay, y'all, you'll be back. Well, oh, you say you got a schedule. Okay, if your case come, we may have to pick his jury on another. If it comes up. He would have to be on a Wednesday because if they trump, Fed will trump us.
It's the 2019, so
Right.
it'll be one of them.
Yes, it's near the top. It's near the top.
We're ready.
Okay.
I just can't be here tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, stay in contact with your attorney. Cause if we, let me see. Hold on, before y'all leave, what is our docket like on Wednesday? Is it a large docket? If, because normally we can say one, but if it's not a large, we could probably have the jury to get here. Probably about
I'm ready whenever.
11.
Wow.
Pretty small, yeah. Well, other than that, we'll probably have a jury to come by at 11 on Wednesday. Okay, but stay in contact with your attorney. Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
are you welcome? Jennifer Narcisse, did Jennifer Narcisse appear?
Judge, that's a, judge.
Oh, that's to be dismissed?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Can't find a manager at Walmart. You believe that? He's an owner.
This is cause number M327954, case of style of state of Texas versus Erica Alice Reese. Ms. Reese, is your full name Erica Alice Reese? How you doing, Ms. Reese? You fine? That's good. Now, Ms. Reese, you're represented in your case by your attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how are you doing?
Hey, doing good, Judge.
Mr. Adams, Ms. Reese's case is on the announcement docket. What is your announcement?
What I offer is to dismiss for the restitution, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, so you just need discovery,
I just need to see the video on the case. I got the written discovery.
but you don't have video? Okay,
Not a video yet.
okay,
And I did do the tape request.
oh, you did, okay. So I'll reset it, give a chance, for DA to give y'all, a copy of the video. Give us a reset date,
June 12th.
June 12th. 2023. Ms. Reese, your attorney is gonna get a copy of your reset. Once you get a copy of your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. Your case is set for June 12th, 2023 at 9 a.m. All right. You could just have a seat. Next case is Bobby Lee Ruffin.
That's gonna be the same thing. I think he's still waiting on the video on the basis.
You got a video? Okay,
Got the, hold on.
okay.
Once I
Tape
get it. request.
Okay. This is cause number M325252, case of style of state of Texas versus Bobby Lee Ruffin. Ms. Ruffin, is that your full name?
Yes.
How you doing, Ms. Ruffin? Okay, now, Ms. Ruffin, your attorney said that he needs to get some more discovery from the evidence from the DA's office. There's a videotape that he had requested he hadn't received. So your case is going to be reset to give your attorney an opportunity to get that videotape. Okay, give us a reset date.
June 12th.
Okay, this case will be reset June 12th. Your attorney is going to get a copy of your reset. Once you get a copy of your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. You can have a seat. Okay, Nathaniel Allen. Mr. Allen has 3 cases. First case is cause number M327825. Second case is cause number M327829. And the third case is cause number M331893. All 3 cases are style the state of Texas versus Nathaniel Allen. Mr. Allen, is that your full name?
That's right.
How you doing, Mr. Allen?
I'm doing good. Well, I'm in service for my other tickets. Really, just got me a job and right now just been doing what I can and my best.
Okay, well, just hang in there. Now you're represented by Mr. Langston. And what's your announcement?
Judge, I plan on moving this case maybe today or a week or 2 at the most. If the alleged victim is okay with the probation, they cool with that, we'll sign up.
Okay, so you just want me to hold on it today, for the day, or?
We set a hold.
We can hold on, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll just hold, just have a seat. Nathaniel E. Domina Rivera. Come forward. This is cause number M329988. Case to style the state of Texas versus Daniel E. Domina Rivera. Mr. Rivera, Domenico Rivera, is that your full name?
Yeah.
How you doing, Mr. Domenico Rivera? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Rivera, you represented by your attorney, Attorney Langston, and Mr. Adams, what's your announcement in Mr. Rivera's case?
Mr. Rivera as well as Mr. Nicole. February, I filed the court standard discovery for blood.
Yeah,
I believe you signed that order. So
you haven't received it?
Yeah, I think it's the one that you got online where you got.
Right.
Is that one. I filed that on 3/12/23.
Okay, so you haven't received the discovery?
Get that.
Okay,
And that's on both of those cases.
okay. Give us a reset. He has to receive it, get his discovery. It's on the same page with Alan, page 3 on the trial docket.
Yeah.
6/12, it's gonna be reset to 6/12/2023. So your attorney can get all the evidence. He had made a request. He hadn't received all of it yet. Okay, so just have a seat. He's gonna sign for your reset. He's gonna give you, he's gonna give you a reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go on your blessed day.
They gonna give it to you.
Next case is Doc
That's the same thing.
Gold. Mr. Gold, would you please pronounce your full name? Doug Gold.
Yes.
How you doing, Mr. Gold? Okay, now, Mr. Gold, your attorney,
Don't just
In
say
this-
judge. Tell me what you.
Same thing.
tell me-
blood discovery.
That's one I hear. I thought, and I'm not arguing with Mr. Adams. I just want to make sure I'm clear so we know to get it, because I will make sure that I'm pushing to get what he needs.
Right,
Or both, I mean, all of this. So what?
I think it comes from the lab.
It's blood, right? It's your blood.
Right, it's the order that they promulgated when you have a DWI file.
No, I understand. We're saying when you ordered it.
Oh, I filed a motion on 2/12/23.
Okay, you filed a motion that's in with our court. You have that motion, Judge?
It's probably online.
Well,
Yeah, y'all,
I
Y'all
didn't
should've
see
got
it.
e-file.
I was
Okay.
prepping it. I looked up the documents. I just didn't see it.
pull up, Gold's case.
Just,
2/12/23.
okay. And that's all I'm trying to make sure that I can, if I
Where
can
did they go?
help get
Where did they-
it faster.
Okay.
It's gonna be on
Okay, so this case is gonna be reset the same date, June 12th, 2023. So it's a standard local discovery order for blood records that he had filed. Okay, so your attorney is gonna get some more evidence in your case. And so your case is gonna be reset to June 12th, 2023. Mr. Okay, Mr. Adams, I think this is your last case, is that
Right,
correct?
if you wouldn't mind, can we reapproach back on Nathaniel Allen? After?
That's the one we got on hold?
Yes.
That's fine.
If you don't mind, on that particular case, can you put him on the same date with everybody else? Because that'll get a prosecutor time. Probably gonna get him the day to talk to the witnesses, see whether or not we can do this.
Oh, on the
Is
top,
that okay?
Yeah, no, that would, over.
that's what you want?
Yes, we do.
Okay, go ahead on and do, reset Mr. Allen at the same day. Okay, once you get your resets, you'll be free to go and y'all have a blessed day. No, you just have, you see, the attorney's gonna get your resets for you. All right,
Thank you. Judge.
all right, you're
That's all
welcome.
I got.
Okay. Okay, this is cause number M331217. Case is Tyler State of Texas versus Cornelius Cunningham. Mr. Cunningham, is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Cunningham? You doing good? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Cunningham, you're represented by attorney Jared Gilthorpe. Mr. Gilthorpe, what is your announcement in Mr. Cunningham's case?
This one, previous to Mr. Johnson having it, there was a question whether or not they were going to indict this case with a felony. That has not happened yet. So if we could have a few minutes, I'd like to discuss with Mr. Johnson, see if we can resolve it today.
Okay, that's fine. I hope.
He needs to get back to school for a start.
Okay, just, it's on hope. Just have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, court is back in session. The cause number M331217. Case is style State of Texas versus Kenese Cunningham. Mr. Cunningham, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Jared Gilthorpe. Mr. Gilthorpe?
Yes, we'd like to just get a reset so he can get back to school and take his STAR test, which is his state required testing in high school.
Right.
I spoke with the prosecutor and we're not sure what we're gonna do with it yet.
Okay.
But just because he's here, he's in school.
Okay.
We'd like to get time to figure out what we're gonna do with it.
Okay,
while he
give
can
us a
take his
reset
test.
date. Okay, this case reset June 19th. 2023. Mr. Cunningham, your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. Yeah, we could send you your reset and he can get out of here. Okay. Yeah. Court is in session and calls numbers M330670, calls number M331584. Both cases style the state of Texas versus Ryan Stephen Jackson. Mr. Jackson, is that your full name?
It is.
How you doing, Mr. Jackson?
Doing good. What about you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Jackson. You're representing your case by your attorney, Alan Parker. Attorney Parker, how are you doing?
Good, Judge.
Mr. Parker, what's your announcement in Mr. Parker's cases? I mean, Mr. Jackson's
I
cases.
talked to the state on this and I think we're asking for a reset. Give him maybe a chance to talk to the victim in this case, may have an influence on the outcome of this.
Okay, give us a reset date.
June.
Okay, these cases will be reset to June 28 of 2023. Mr. Jackson, your attorney is going to get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Just have a seat.
Think about that.
Raul Velasquez. This is cause number M332758. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Raul Antonio Velasquez. Mr. Velasquez, is that your full name?
Yes, it is.
How are you doing, Mr. Velasquez?
I'm doing fine.
That's good. Mr. Velasquez, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Alan Parker. Attorney Parker, what is your announcement in Mr. Velasquez?
I'm asking for a reset. I'm waiting on the video and I've just received an offer from the state. I'd like to talk to my client about that. But I'm also waiting on the video.
Okay,
I'd like to review it at least.
okay. Now, I was looking, I didn't see any bond conditions in this case.
You have one?
Give me, reach in that folder. It's a DWI section. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Mr. Velasquez, you've just been handed a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Code at Law Number 2. Do you have that document?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I will go over this document with you, and it reads, following the arrest and or accusation in County Code at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, The defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir, I do.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body, and that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Now, condition number 3 doesn't apply because you have a DWI case, and this is a DWI second, so condition number 4 does apply. And condition number 4 states that a defendant who has been arrested or accused of any subsequent offense listed under section 49.04 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code shall not operate any motor vehicle unless the vehicle is equipped with an interlock device mechanism that makes impractical the operation of the vehicle if ever alcohol is detected in the breath of the operator, and said device shall be installed at the defendant's expense with written verifications of such installation being submitted to the court on or before 10 days, we should say after today. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked. Let me see your paper. I need to correct that after. It says 10 days after arrest. It'll be 10 days after the day. Now, if you violate any one of these conditions, the bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant can be issued for your arrest and you'll be placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we get it back to him. Your attorney's gonna give you a reset. And also, once you get your interlock, you can give it to your attorney can get it to the court.
If he's not driving, Judge,
If he doesn't have a vehicle, this is any vehicle that you own or operate.
Yes, sir, I do.
So you cannot operate a vehicle that does not have the interlock device in it. Okay, all right,
yes, sir.
all right. We'll see you later. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
You welcome. Mr. Parker, this is your last case?
I have one more, Mr. Irwin. James Irwin.
Okay, Mr. Irwin. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is cause number M332364, case to style the state of Texas versus James Anderson Irwin. Mr. Irwin, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Irwin?
Well,
That's good. Now, Mr. Irwin, you're represented by Attorney Alan Parker. Attorney Parker, what's your announcement in Mr. Irwin's case?
Same as last one, Judge. I need to go over the off for them, and I'm still waiting on video.
Okay, give us a reset.
June 28th.
Okay, this case will be reset to June 28th. Mr. Irwin, your attorney will be given notice of your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Parker, once you get your reset, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
This is cause number M332710, case of South State of Texas versus Luis Angel Garza. Mr. Garza, is that your full name? Mr. Garza, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Garza, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Garza, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Garza? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Garza, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Charles Rojas. Attorney Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
Mr. Rojas, do you waive a record in Mr. Garza's case?
We do.
Mr. Garza, I have before me a document that is titled Motion to Forfeit in this case in cause number M332710. Mr. Garza, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Garza, before you signed this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in this document? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Garza, in this document, it states that you'll be forfeiting a weapon to the Port Arthur Police Department. Do you want the court to grant this motion?
Sure.
And I see the state has also signed on this motion as well. Is that correct?
That's correct now.
Okay, Mr. Garza, the court is going to grant this motion to forfeit this weapon to the Port Arthur Police Department. State, do you have an additional motion?
If state is moving to dismiss this case, Your Honor, in exchange for the forfeit to the dismission in the motion that was filed. The weapon that was forfeited and in exchange for which we're dismissing this case is a $6 9mm handgun, serial number 52B013167. It's being forfeited to the Port Arthur Police Department.
Okay. Is that correct, Mr. Rojas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Garza, I'm signing the motion to dismiss this case for forfeiture of the weapon. I just signed this motion. The attorney will be given a copy of this motion to dismiss. Once you get a copy of the motion, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir.
Just please have a seat.
Thank you.
Maturity.
Okay. Next case is cause number M330690. Case is South of State of Texas versus Elicio H. Ventura. Mr. Ventura, is that your full name?
Yes.
Okay, you speak Spanish?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Rojas, would you please raise your right hand? You know, Mr. Rojas, do you swear to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you may put your hand down. Ask Mr. Ventura if his full name is Elicio H. Ventura.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Tell Mr. Ventura to raise his right hand. Are we doing the same thing in this case?
It's gonna be a dismissal for the restitution, Judge.
Okay, he can put his hand down. Now, state.
And we're not gonna do it today, Judge. I need to get it reset so that we can get the money.
Oh, okay. How much time do you need?
He thinks he can get it this afternoon or tomorrow, so a couple of weeks ought to be fine.
Okay, just, yeah, reset it. What about 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Okay. Okay, yeah, 2 weeks is fine.
Yeah, give us a 2-week reset.
Okay, May 12th.
Okay, this case will be reset to May 12th of 2023. That'll be dismissal for restitution. Is that correct, State?
That's correct, no.
Okay. Mr. Rojas, once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and Mr. Ventura will be free to go as well.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Thank you.
Y'all have a blessed day. Which, did you write, which docket did you write Boutte on? Oh, here it is. What docket did you put Boutte on? Announcement docket? Okay.
He's on my,
Oh, yes, let me see.
It was on the trial document, then the final motion for continuance and silence and flip.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Jefferson County Court at law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number M333448, case of style of the state of Texas versus Sean Eric Boutte. Oh, man.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Court is in session at cause number M333488, excuse me, repeat that, cause number M333-448. Case is filed the state of Texas versus, is that Sean Eric Butte? Mr. Butte, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Butte, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Butte, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Butte? I'm doing fine. Mr. Butte, your attorney of record is attorney Bruce Smith. However, standing in for attorney Smith is attorney Brennan Mitchell. Does Mr. Mitchell have your permission to stand in for attorney Bruce Smith? Okay. Attorney Mitchell, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Judge. About yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Mitchell, do you waive a record in Mr. Butte's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Butte, did I swear you in?
You did.
Okay. Mr. Butte, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information alleges that on or about June 25th of 2022, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Butte, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Butte, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Butte, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contingere, which means no contest. Are these your initials on this document? On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the document that's titled Defendant? And there's one box that's checked. This box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? Next document is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? Recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Also, now, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Mr. Mitchell, go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Butte, are you a citizen of the United States? State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and State's Exhibit Number 2, the probable cause affidavit. State, would you like to offer States 1 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Objection, Judge.
No objection. State's Exhibits 1 and 2 will be admitted. Court will take judicial notice of State's Exhibit 2, which is in the court's file. Mr. Mitchell, you've advised in counsel, Mr. Butte, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Butte, your attorney, Mr. Bruce Smith, has advised in counsel you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? You have to speak up.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Brennan Mitchell has also advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Butte, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for plea of no contest, the state's agreed to recommend 90 days in Jefferson County Jail probated for 12 months, a $750 fine, court costs, 80 hours community service, DWI education class, and all of the terms and conditions were the first DWI offense and interlock device.
80 or 88?
80. Not-
Okay, you told me 88 a while ago.
Yeah, I changed. 80.
Oh,
88. No, misheard me. 80, yeah. Yes,
I was like, man, that's a weird number.
no.
mhm. Okay, Mr. Butte, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in Jefferson County Jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 12 months. During the 12-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750 plus court costs of $422. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month, and you also be required to pay a restitution fee of $15. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount, well, before I do that, you'll also be required to pay the Jefferson County DW education class an initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay while you are on probation, is $190 a month. And will you be able to pay the $190 each month? You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service. You'll be required to attend and complete a DWI education class. You'll be required to have a drug and alcohol assessment. You'll be required to install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own and operate. And you'll also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Mr. Butte, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Butte, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Butte, you're going to stand on the X next to your attorney, follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
And you'll be free to go as well, Mr. Butte. Mr. Mitchell,
Thank you, Judge.
and you have a blessed day as well. You're welcome.
Don't roll this. Three out. Three ankle.
I don't have no other pleas ready.
They do, well,
I thought,
I sent
I
some
don't-
wires.
yeah, it hadn't been sent to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Reading your documents.
Judge.
Units go to probation this morning.
Trial like it.
And that's your.
Whatever.
Trial like it. I got a case that is Mr. Bailey's on Javier Rodriguez. See, that's on the last page.
Rodriguez, it's the page one.
Okay, but.
Okay.
On the second one, like that. Anyway. I think last time, I don't know.
Once you get Mr. Rodriguez in here, Javier Rodriguez,
I didn't even see it.
that's him right there.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty positive that the last time we were here, it was something about an interpreter. Right? I don't have anything about an interpreter, whether or not.
Yeah.
Did you
so
file a motion?
I spoke with the court. It's not my position that it's my spot to file a motion for an interpreter because it's the police officer that speaks Spanish to my client.
Gentlemen,
I don't understand.
Why?
I mean, all he has to do is say it's not as far as filing a motion, all you request an interpreter because it's not, we can't have it with, I mean, everything that's, all the filter body tests, everything.
So you're saying it's his witness?
Well, I mean, but it's the defendant speaking Spanish on there as well. I mean.
No, but
For his
well-
purposes.
Yeah, no, so I mean, I can request it, but I didn't think it was on the onus of us to
Yeah,
request it.
well, I mean, there's not an onus of one who requested, but as far as for have a fair trial, it needs an interpreter and we have to schedule that prior to the day of trial. That's the issue. So, I mean, it's not a state's motion, it's just a request if we need an interpreter. It's not, it doesn't have to be done by motion, it's just the court can order, but the court can't do it the day of trial. And this is the same problem we had last time.
Well, somebody will have to, I mean,
Well, just request it. I mean, you go, the client purpose, you can't have a fair trial without a special.
No, agreed. And
But it's not like somehow, it's not insufficient. Like, we're not bringing a case without it being there. It's not like somehow the state's obligation.
I assume
Either
since
one
it
of
was the
us.
states who charged the case, and it's the reason we're here is upon the state's filing of a criminal matter against my client, that the onus would be on the state to, in order to fulfill what they've done.
right,
as far as
because that's,
charge.
hold on, let me ask you this here.
This-
Now, the person that speaks Spanish is who?
The defendant and he's the
Now, does defendant speak Spanish and English?
No,
no,
I
that's.
mean, he
the
does,
issue,
but
yeah.
the issue is, sorry, go ahead.
So much so that the officer had to do the field sobriety in Spanish. You see what I'm saying? So it,
Okay, but the officer, I mean, speaks Spanish in English.
but for his purposes of.
So you're saying, so the defendant needs an
He
interpreter?
needs it.
Yes. And to
Well, why
interpret-
would you think it wouldn't be your responsibility to get an interpreter for your client?
Okay, Judge, why should it be my responsibility to have an interpreter for my client?
You want your client to have a fair trial?
I do.
Okay, how would he be able to understand what's being said?
So I should pay for an interpreter?
No, he didn't say that. He didn't, nobody, you said pay.
West.
He
Okay.
just said make a request for an
West, that's
interpreter.
all it is.
Oh, yeah, then that's fine.
But I mean, but we can't, the day of trial, we schedule them out of Houston, so the day of trial. That's the problem. And then when reviewing this again, I remember like this, everything's in Spanish, in all the video, everything, all field sobriety, everything. So for his client, in order to have a fair trial, we have to have an interpreter in here.
Well, hold on a minute. You may have to have more than one interpreter.
I think so. I would argue. we need
Because you're gonna have to have an
one to sit
interpreter,
down and one
yeah.
to interpret there.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to have one for him, one for the court,
Yes.
because, yeah,
So yes. I'm all right with, but I mean, I know it's the last minute of it.
Yeah.
I understand, but the state's ready.
let me,
In the blood's like what, a point
What?
08? No,
Brilla. How long you usually, we're gonna have to specially set this.
Gotta be a special setting.
They don't take
I'm just saying, it's not even worth the prosecution,
Okay, it'll be in June,
but
so,
that's your angle.
okay, we're gonna reset it, we're gonna get this a special, we're gonna have to set this number one.
Okay,
And then so, I mean, we're gonna have some backup cases, because you never know what might happen.
and what would you
If the
like?
person
me to do?
plead,
Would you
but
like me to just-
we're gonna have to-
Maybe we'll give it Glendon and just.
Yeah, you can make the request, but we need to, oh, man. Yeah, because the court is gonna have to get an interpreter for the court as well. Because we're gonna have to have somebody interpreting for the jury. What's being said on the video.
That's the issue, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to have an interpreter, plus there's gonna be an interpreter that's gonna be interpreting
What's being said.
what's being said. Yeah.
Okay,
I think at a minimum, we'll have, wait up. Yeah, at a minimum, we'll have two. Okay, so make a note of that. It's gonna be, no one said you're gonna need, two interpreters, one for the court, one for, the defense. Okay. Oh, okay. What is that date? What's that trial date?
June 26th.
June 26th. Okay,
all right, thank you, Judge.
okay, okay,
Good. And then check, make sure.
Yeah.
But, I'm not following.
We do it a couple weeks out.
Or do you want me to do it like?
Well, no, I mean, they got it now, but we'll follow up just to make sure, like at the beginning of June,
Gotcha.
I'll follow up too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
Okay, we'll just make a note.
Remind me to, I'll go follow up.
I'll
Okay, well, is Joseph Brown? Present?
Yes, you know.
Okay, that's Mr. Samuel's case. That's on the announcement document. You still working on that other?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, okay. Joseph Jamal. Okay, this is cause number M325978. Case of style of the state of Texas versus Joseph Jamal Brown. Mr. Brown, is that your full name?
Yes.
How you doing, Mr. Brown?
Great, thanks, sir.
That's good. You're welcome. Now, Mr. Brown, you're here represented by your attorney Owens. Attorney Samuel, how are you doing?
Very good, sir.
Mr. Samuel, what is your announcement in Mr. Brown's case?
Judge, you've already said the dismissal, he completed it.
Oh, it's a dismissal.
Yeah, he completed the drug education.
Okay,
Samuel showed me the receipt for his certificate.
it said this document is currently locked by another user for editing. Oh, now it just opened.
That's not coming.
24. Mr. Brown, the state has filed the dismissal. I just signed the dismissal. Your attorney will be given a copy of the dismissal. Once you get a copy of the dismissal, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day, and you have a blessed day as well, Mr. Samuel.
Thank you, Your
It's gonna be printed out pretty soon. Yeah, just have a seat.
Judge, I just got a message from, Mr. West, he's in Houston. And he's got some cases on the trial docket.
Yeah, just hold on. We'll get to it.
He just wanted to let me know that he's got one of his clients here, one of them that I
Okay.
filed a motion on.
Okay, just hold on. Squires, what down here? Announcement. This is cause number M308772, case of style of the state of Texas versus William Lance Squires. Mr. Squires, your full name is William Lance Squires?
Yes.
Mr. Squires, would you please raise your right hand? Squires, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
You may put your hand down, Mr. Squires. How are you doing, Mr. Squires?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Let me see, he's on the announcement. Mr. Squires, you represented in this case by Attorney J. Michael Reisinger. Mr. Reisinger, how are you doing?
Doing fine, Judge, how about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Reisinger. Do you waive a record in Mr. Squires' case?
We do, Your Honor.
Mr. Squires, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that on or about January 16th of 2015, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the while you was in Jefferson County, Texas, operated a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Second, Mr. Squires, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Squires, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty?
Judge,
Well,
actually,
let me-
the state's abandoning the enhancement.
The enhancement paragraph?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, there's an enhancement paragraph in this document, Mr. Squires, that alleges that on or about January 11th, 2010, while you in Jefferson County, well, at least while you was in Angelina County, County Code Law number 2, cause number 10-0031, that you was convicted of misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with alcohol. And that offense became final prior to the commission of this offense. Now this would be classified with that enhancement paragraph. If you play it true, it will be a Class A misdemeanor. But because the state is abandoning the enhancement paragraph, this falls down to a Class B misdemeanor, driving while intoxicated. It's a lower level DWI. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, to the charge of Class B misdemeanor DWI, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Squires, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, was also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Reisinger, I have to get you to, you gotta erase that in just the paragraph of DWI first.
I got you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Mr. Rising. Okay, Mr. Squires. I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments, also labeled State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Now, your attorney checked off the box that's checked driving while intoxicated first, Class B misdemeanor, and it reads confinement in jail. The range of punishment is confinement in jail for at least 72 hours, but not to exceed 180 days, of fine not to exceed $2,000, or both such confinement and fine. A conviction resulting in community supervision will require drug and alcohol evaluation, rehabilitation, payment of costs of rehabilitation, completion of alcohol education program, and initial interlock if the BAC, which is blood alcohol content, is level is above 0.15. Now, on page 2 of this same, do you understand the range of punishment?
Yes, sir.
Now, on page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you
Yes.
place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, it is.
And on the next document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this a signature? Is that your signature on this line or your initials?
Yes, that's my signature.
Okay. Now, at the top of this document, there are two boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal. You understand? And do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm looking at this, our next document. This next document is titled Discovery Certification. And do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Now, is this your signature online that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now your signature is different from the signature on this document, which is more like your
It
initials.
says W.S. Williams Squires.
It just says WS.
Yes, sir.
That's your initials.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but on here, when you have your signature you have William Squires on here.
Yes, sir.
So I think what you have to do is sign William Squires on where it says signature.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, get that to me. Okay, now, Mr. Squires, all these documents that I just showed you, the documents that have your signatures and initials on it. Did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Squires, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1
Yes,
into evidence?
yes, sir.
Any
Yeah.
objections?
We have no objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Rising, you have advised in counsel, Mr. Squires, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
There is none, Your Honor.
And Mr. Squires, your attorney, Mr. Risinger, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Risinger, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
You said Mr. Rice, and you meant Mr.
I mean,
Squires.
yeah, Mr. Squire. Mr. Squires, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given, and I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Judge, in exchange for a plea of guilty, the state, first of all, agreed to abandon the enhancement paragraph to a DWI first offense. In exchange for a plea of guilty on that class B misdemeanor, 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail, probated for 12 months, a $500 fine,
500.
court costs, 40 hours community service,
Okay,
and then DWI education, all of the terms and conditions for a DWI person. And just for the record, this was like concurrent with the Tyler County probation, Squires is also on. Not that we need to put that in
Yeah,
our judgment.
because we don't even have that number.
We don't need to do it.
I mean, it's with silent runs concurrent anyway.
It does.
That's the law. Maybe 512. Yeah.
Where does he? Well, actually, you can look, but these guys in the hairs can. For whatever. Yeah. There. That was my first job. Originally in the county attorney. Oh, yeah. I think with them.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I work with you.
Okay, Mr. Squires. The state is offering that you serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for 12 months. During the 12-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs, in this case, of $512. You'll also be required to pay $60 each month, your analysis fee. You'll also be required to pay $15 each month. No, $60 each month for a probation fee, and then $15 each month for your analysis fee. And you'll also be required to pay $15 for a restitution fee, not a total monthly installments. That is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation is $175 a month. Do you understand that? Now, will you be able to pay that?
Sure.
Now, you'll also be required to pay a Jefferson County DW education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the police. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, you'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service. You would attend and complete a DW education class, and you have a drug and alcohol assessment. And you also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
And Mr. Squires, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Squires, you're going to stand on the X next to your attorney, follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Reisinger, you'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Next case is cause number M320816, case of style of state of Texas versus Tamika Shanette Parker. Ms. Parker is appearing via Zoom with her attorney, Attorney Tom Burbank. Ms. Parker, how are you doing? Ms. Parker, how are you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Parker, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Tom Burbank. Attorney Burbank, how are you doing?
Doing fine, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Burbank, what's your announcement in Ms. Parker's case?
Well, Your Honor, again, we were given the state time because there's an issue of a complaining witness. And I don't know if the state has reached out to that complaining witness.
Now, let me ask you something, Mr. Burbank. Is this a place where Ms. Parker like lives like in Dallas or somewhere?
She does.
Okay, yeah. And I think the state was supposed to I think contact the complaining witness. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, now state. What's your announcement in this case?
1 second.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
No, I do see, the last setting, I have not, I haven't reached out to the complaining witness. I've been out for a little over a week on it with, feeling a little under the weather. We can do a short reset on this one. I can reach out to the complaining witness, once that I have now.
Mr. Burbank, did you hear that?
I did, Your Honor, and I'm glad that Mr. Lamar is back in court after a week being sick.
Okay. So we're gonna give you.
I know that Miss Parker this has been going on for a very long while, and she's ready to get this over with, Judge, but I also know things come up that need to be taken care of. So if the state will do something this week and report back to me or give me not report, but call me of what they found out, we just want this concluded.
Okay, how much time do we need?
A week will be fine.
1 week? Miss Parker, would you be available in 1 week?
Okay.
Okay, give us a 1 week reset. Okay, this case is gonna be reset to May 1st of 2023. Miss Parker, your attorney and your bonds will be given notice of your reset date. Again, it's May 1st, 2023 at 9 a.m. And Mr. Burbank, your reset will be sent to you. Ms. Parker, thanks for being patient with us. You're free to go. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, you too.
You're welcome. I think Mr. Burbank has another one. Is Kevin Wayne Bibbs? Mr. Burbank, the client Kevin Wayne Bibbs did not answer.
It said something about it's supposed to have been dismissed.
Bibbs?
Yes,
Okay,
Your Honor.
we'll have the probation off the attorney.
He had a felony. And part of the felony, I believe, was to dismiss the misdemeanor. The,
But I think the prosecutor is looking into it right now.
he is currently on felony probation, Judge.
Now, what you said?
Yes, sir. State was moving to dismiss his,
So Bibbs is gonna be dismissed?
yes, sir.
Okay. And next case, Mr. Burbank is Catherine Diane Cormier. Would you please come forward, Ms. Cormier? M331930. Case of the state of Texas versus Catherine Diane Cormier. Ms. Cormier, is that your full name? How you doing, Ms. Cormier? Cormier, you represented in this case by attorney Thomas Burbank. Attorney Burbank, Mr. Cormier's case is on the court's announcement docket. What is your announcement, Ms. Cormier?
Your Honor, I have a motion to substitute by Ralph Kimmler that was dated in January.
Oh, hold on a minute. Let me look at our file. Let's see.
Okay,
Okay, hold on a minute.
his filing was January 30th of this year, Judge.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, that was, you said January 30th?
January 30th is my copy.
Order.
at 9:12 PM.
Okay. What did
I commend the county court or county clerk
Okay.
for being working at 9:12 in the evening.
Okay, court is going to sign this motion to substitute. Mr. Permian. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. Thank you. And we have another gentleman here by the name of David Fitzgerald Frank. Mr.
Yes.
Burbank, he said that he hired you.
He did, Judge, and he had a felony case that was called this morning in drug court. I am waiting for something from the district attorney in that case and asked that it be reset with the drug court case. It should be dispositive of all the matters.
Okay, I'm looking to see. I was wondering why your name didn't appear on the motion of sub. Yeah, your name should have appeared on the docket. Yeah, for some reason, your name didn't appear on the docket sheet. I see an order was signed substituting you in on October 10th of 2022. I guess because of this odyssey, it didn't transfer over. The system is transferred over to this new system. Okay. So what date do you have
I have not gotten a court. Yeah, I have not gotten a reset yet from drug court, Judge. That was just done this morning. I don't know if they've done it yet.
No, really. Will we be able to see the date? Okay, what we'll do, we'll have the court coordinator to check it later. So when they put a date in, we'll give you that same date and we'll send you notice of the reset date. And Mr. Frank, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will be given notice of your reset date. It's going to be on the same day that you have your felony. So when you have your felony on that date, you need to come over here, check in, then go to the felony, then come back over here and let us know what happened. All right, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And let's see, I think that's the last case that you have today, Mr. Burbank.
I believe it is, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused and you have a blessed day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
You are. And Mr. Galmore, you have Mr. Gonzalez, who's appearing via Zoom. Is that correct?
That's right.
And then we have Hargay, is that Bo Gonzalez? Yeah, Mr. Gonzalez, you could take your mic off of mute. And I see here, Mr. Galmore, you have, you filed a motion for continuance, is that correct?
We did, Your Honor.
And the state, you have any objections?
No objection.
Okay, no objections, this motion for continuance will be granted. Okay, Mr. Gonzalez, your case has been reset. Give us a reset date for Hargay Gonzalez. He's on the trial docket. He's June 26th, okay. Mr. Gonzalez, your case will be reset to June 26th. Stay in contact with your attorney, your bondsman. They will be given notice of your reset date. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. Oh, what happened? You must see, it's froze. He coming back on. He forgot. What happened? Yeah, he was frozen. Mr. Gonzalez, your case is being reset to June, what's that date? To June 26th of 2023. Your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset date. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, defense motion for continuance is granted.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Gill.
I only have one on the documents, Tyler Connor, and I believe the state's sent in a dismissal on that. I do it wrong.
Okay, let's see if I missed one announced. Free trial. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Take Connor. I don't have kid sent me Connor's dismissal yet. They say Connor has a dismissal. Oh, he said he already sent it.
And also, here.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have.
Okay, you need to copy it.
I do not copy it.
Okay,
I appreciate it.
you're welcome. Oh, that's John West. Mr. West. Is that Mamie Lee Guillory?
Yes, Your Honor.
Guillory here? Could you please come forward, Ms. Guillory?
For another case that they mentioned.
Right.
I've also mentioned it.
Right, he's on, okay. This is cause number, you need this? Yeah. This is cause number M324911, case in style of state of Texas versus Mamie Lee Guillory. Ms. Guillory, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Guillory?
I'm fighting you.
I'm doing fine, Ms. Guillory. You are represented in this case by your attorney John West. Attorney West is appearing via Zoom. Attorney West, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor.
And the state in this case is represented by Attorney Kobe Hallpar. Attorney Hallpar, again, how are you doing?
Good, thank
Mr. Hallpar, the court has a motion for continuance that was filed by the state on this case.
you. Yes, sir.
And Mr. West, did you receive a copy of this motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have any objections to the state's motion for continuance?
We don't object, but we don't agree, if that makes sense.
You don't object, but you don't agree.
It's not an agreed motion of continuance, but we don't object, Your Honor.
Oh, it's not an agreed motion.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. It's not agreed. It's the state's request.
Yeah, it's the state's motion.
The state's not filed one there previously, Judge. This is for.
Right, Your Honor. This is their first request.
Request.
Okay. Okay, so the state's motion for continuance will be granted. And give us a reset date. This case is going to be reset to June 19th, 2023. Ms. Guillory, once you get your reset from our coordinator,
Okay.
you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Okay, you too.
And thanks for being patient with us.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on a minute, Mr. West.
I think I have one more, Your Honor.
Yes. It was a no-show? Here you go. What?
Here you go.
Okay, this is cause number M324280, case of style of state of Texas versus Angel Luis Cruz Bruno. Angel Luis Cruz Bruno was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. for the court's trial docket. At about 9 a.m., the court's bailiff called the name of Angel Luis Cruz Bruno. Mr. Bruno did not answer. Mr. Bruno has not appeared in court since the court has been in trial, and the bailiff recently called Mr. Angel Cruz Bruno's name again at the courthouse door. And the time now is 11:20, excuse me, 13 a.m. on today's date. And Mr. Bruno did not answer. Mr. Bruno again has not appeared in the court since the court's been in session. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Bruno an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Statements of bond forward.
That motion will be granted. Angel Luis Cruz Bruno's bond will be forfeited and a warrant should be issued for his arrest in cause number M324280. And at this time, Mr. West, I think this is your last case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll have a good one. Bye.
Oh, please, rise, Carnes. Rock is in trial.
Oh, he is? Okay, so Mr. Kimmler is in trial. Stephen Mark Sadler. Well, we're gonna reset his case. His attorney is in trial in another court. Okay, once you come on up, she's gonna reset your case. Once your case is reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Morris.
This is cause number M332200. Case is style of State of Texas versus Robin Elizabeth Mars. Ms. Mars, you can come forward. Ms. Mars, you are also represented by Attorney Ralph Kimmler, is that correct? Mr. Kimmler is currently in trial in another court, and so therefore, your case has to be reset. Our court coordinator is going to reset your case. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and stay in contact with your attorney and your boss. Stand. Mr. Cobb.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have Mr. Vasquez, the court, Mr. Vasquez, would you please come forward? This is cause number M324. (253), cause number M324-253. And we have present in court, Mr. Gustavo Gomez Vasquez. Mr. Vasquez, is that your full name? How are you doing, Mr. Vasquez? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Vasquez. You're representing your case by your attorney Bruce Cobb, who is appearing via telephone. Mr. Cobb, how are you doing?
Not too good today, Your Honor. Otherwise, I would have been there.
I understand.
Been ill today, but I'm gonna make it.
Okay, well, yeah, we pray that you have a full and speedy recovery. Now, Mr. Cobb, Mr. Vasquez also has a felony case that's set. Do you want this misdemeanor case set with his felony case?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe we should do that.
Okay, we're gonna give you a reset, Mr. Vasquez. We're gonna reset it on the same day of your felony case. Okay, so the felony case is set for June 5th. This case will also be set on June 5th. So you're gonna come here, check in, go down and take care of your felony, and then when you finish, you're gonna come back to this court. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, and Mr. Cobb, your reset will be sent to you. Mr. Vasquez, you get your reset here in court. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. Please stand on the X in front of the coordinator. And Mr. Cobb, your reset again will be sent to you. We hope that you have a full and speedy recovery.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. Judge County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number M327792. Case is styled State of Texas versus Joshua Strong Farrell. Joshua Strong Farrell is scheduled to be in court this morning for 9 a.m. for the court's pretrial plea conference docket. And at about 9 a.m., his name was called at courthouse door. He did not answer. However, his attorney Ryan Gertz, did appear in court, and he informed the court that Mr. Farrell was sick, and he was going to get maybe a doctor's excuse, some type of medical excuse to the court. That has not been done yet at this point. And so Mr. Farrell has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:37 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailey, would you please call the name of Joshua Strong Farrell at the courthouse door?
Joshua Farrell. No response.
Okay, Joshua Farrell's name was just called again at the courthouse door. Joshua Farrell did not answer. And now the court will also like to note for the record that his attorney, Mr. Ryan Gertz, did say he was going to get maybe a medical excuse or a doctor's excuse to the court. However, he had to go to Orange County for I guess a case he may have been set for trial in Orange County. State, do you have a motion in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, they move the ball forward.
That motion will be granted. Joshua Farrell's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. Now, if Mr. Farrell attorney is able to get the court a copy of the excuse, will the state be willing to withdraw the bond forfeiture?
Yes, Your Honor, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Now currently Joshua Farrell's bond will be forfeited. The warrant should be issued for his arrest and cause number M327792. And this will conclude the calling of the court's pretrial conference docket and plea docket, the court's announcement docket, and the trial docket. All three dockets are scheduled at 9 a.m. on today's date of April 24th, 2023, in County Court at Law number 2, Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone, please.